back to the flag. I want to be able to touch him all over with it.
Yep.
And then tap my saddle to see if that scares him. And I might, put it up here. I'm going to kind of discourage him from leaning or getting going too fast.
Okay.
I just want to see. I think he could be a little bit more with me, like bend a little more. Have his mind there like that, so he has his mind on me without me having to hold him there.
Yeah.
So then once I get that, I'll get behind a step to the right, and then I'm going to rock his weight back. Oh, that wasn't pretty. And the front to the left. Now, one thing I've noticed on him is that he doesn't like to reach the leading leg. So when you go to change directions, he'll come across with his outside leg, but he doesn't really want to reach with the leading leg. So this next time I change, it'll be the right front. So first I'm going to get the hind. Hind steps over to the left. No, see, he has to just get a little more wiggly here.
Yeah.
So that's just the feel on the halter. He's sort of heavy, and then he wants to get me back on the left, so just the way he is. So I want the hind to step to the left, and then I want the right front here. When I rock him back, the right front to reach. That was better. Hey. And then after he changes, he shouldn't just drag me off. He should stay on this circle.
Yep.
So I want to just make sure again I can touch him. See, he's a little bit thinking about the right, kind of what's going on the right. He's not really keeping track of me. And that's how you get these big, like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
He gets distracted by thinking about the right, and then he forgets about me on the left. So then when I do something with the flag, it sort of surprises him. Okay, hind quarters to the right. Good. Front to the left. See, he just takes a little tiny step with that leading leg.
Yep.
And thinking about later on when he's doing a half pass, or even just leg building, he needs to be able to reach with that leading leg.
Right.
That's just as important. Abduction and adduction with the front end. Okay. Now, see how he wants to get kind of short on this side and rock back too much. Move your hind. Hind to the left. Front to the right. Good. And then I can just, when he gets to that spot, I just want to let him stop. Because I kind of want him to think, oh, what was I doing there? That felt pretty good.
Yeah.
One of the things that I want to be able to be kind of careless with that flag.
Yep.
So that's why my horses don't spook when somebody comes in the door.
Right.
Because I'm getting them, see, I'm not even directing this at him.
Yep.
And so I want him to just see that you can separate this. This isn't about him, I'm just waving the flag.
Just waving a flag.
So then he can learn, I can tolerate some of that. That's not about me.
Yep.
Now, when I go to direct it at him, see, then I have him go, oh, you want me to go? Yeah. But I also want you to go, but then I don't want you to be afraid of the flag. I want you to just accept that it's there, and if I'm using it to touch you or to make noise, don't worry about it. I'm just a human, I'm going to make some crazy things happen, and I want you to be okay about it. Now, if I wanted him to go, hindquarters, see, he'll see the change in my body. Hindquarters to the left, front to the right. Good. So my energy is what's telling him the difference in the flag.
Okay.
Okay, so when I'm doing this, I'm just casual. My body isn't saying anything, besides just keep walking around here. When I go to change, then I say, hey, I put more energy in my feet. I step towards him and bump his head. And keep ahead of me here, but move your hind like that. Good. So hind to the right. No. None of that. Hind to the right. See, then he gets worried about the flag coming like this. So I'll just work on that for a minute.
Yeah, I saw that.
That was good. There, see with his left?
Mm-hmm.
But see, he wants to kind of get over there, and then he wants to sort of drag his head to the outside.
Yeah.
And I want him to just get more responsible for keeping his bin,
Mm-hmm.
keeping his head to the inside like that.
Yeah, I see that.
Okay, so, see, I think it's just as important to get that feel on the halter rope as it is on his back.
Mm-hmm.
Line to the left, stay forward. See, he kind of wants to block me with his right shoulder a little. Line to the left, front to the right. Very good. But I don't know if you can see that, but he's just a little bit awkward with his front end.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's not when you turn loose and he's elegant
Yeah.
and beautiful. But when I'm being really specific, I want the front feet to take a big step. Like I really want him to stretch his front legs apart.
Right. That's just maybe a coordination thing if he's
It is
with.
a little bit. Like you think he's really coordinated, but
Yeah.
when I did that at first, I was like, wait a minute. He couldn't even step his front end over. He'd just kind of get all tangled up.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of interesting. But you know, it's just like asking me to do a dance step. I mean, I'm not a dancer, and you'd have to really work on me to get it to where I understood
Sure.
where to go with my feet. Good. There. That was pretty good. But I mean, I think this would help him in the future, being just a more beautiful dressage horse.
Yeah, I agree. I can see the connections with that.
Yeah, see, he needs a step bigger with that leading leg. It's like his shoulders they only go like this far.
Mm-hmm.
Like he doesn't go like that.
Yeah.
And I mean, I know he can do it. I don't think he's got something wrong with him that makes him not able to do that. I just think he's never really practiced it. Line to the right. No, he has to stay forward there. You can't just suck back.
Yep.
No. No. He wants to get real stiff in his neck. So I want to just keep following his nose. But his head's kind of
Mm-hmm.
twisted. So when I start to bend in here, he should just follow the feel. He wants to kind of pull his head back to do that, and I really want him, I'll just show you here. So putting your hand on his nose and seeing how he feels.
Mm-hmm.
Like, see, that's just him he's a little worried about bringing his head. So I want him to not be defensive right there. He should just bring his head,
Yeah.
and then when I go to move his front, see, he needs to reach with his left front. Like that.
Right.
But, you know, over time, I mean, he's not old, but he's old enough to know, they learn to just ignore that pressure.
Mm-hmm.
So, see, I want to have that deep bend like that. Because that's how I will get the leading leg.
Yeah. Is that normal to see one side more difficult than the other?
Oh yeah, because we're humans.
Yeah.
Not so much, you know, the horse I don't think comes out of his mother one-sided. But quickly, there. See, he's very good at doing this.
Mm-hmm.
He's very good at this. Not so good at that.
Yeah.
Yeah, quickly, once the human gets their hands on him, they get one-sided.
Yeah.
I think that's more, I still don't see why Mother Nature would create a prey animal that was one-sided.
Right.
Unless that was the weakness in there so that the predator has something to eat.
Right. Huh.
I
Interesting.
don't know if they're just loose naturally out there, if there's anything that would make them one-sided.
Right.
So I had this talk the other day with a guy that I do sheepdogs with. And so he was working some young pups, and he said to me, well, all the dogs are one-sided. And I said, well, I don't understand why a predator would be one-sided either.
Mm-hmm.
So as he's working his pup was only going around clockwise, and he couldn't get it to go counterclockwise. So same thing as just working a horse, but it was going around the sheep, but it was just going around like this.
Yeah.
And so, but in the pen, right behind where we were sheep, there was a dog in the kennel, and it was running the fence, and it was running it clear like that,
Yeah.
back and forth. And I said, well, look, Alan, look at that dog. With it, without a human involved with it,
Mm-hmm.
just on its own, it's completely even.
Yeah.
There is no one-sidedness in that dog. So, but as soon as you get in the picture, they get one-sided.
Yep.
So I think the same thing with a horse. I mean, I know I'm one-sided. I try not to be, but like I said, I can't hardly get on from the right.
Yeah.
I haven't practiced it.
Yeah.
So over time, you know, you just turn into you use one side. And, you know, because of the way we're designed, we can, you know, plus our parents put the fork or the,
Mm-hmm.
you know, maybe if we didn't eat with utensils and we didn't have to write, we might not be so one-sided.
Or brush our teeth, or.
Or brush our teeth. I couldn't brush my teeth with my left hand for anything.
Yeah.
I maybe could if I broke my arm. Okay, so I'm just gonna let him go.
Do I stand in the center, or?
Yeah, we'll go, that part is better, safer. So now, I don't like to just let him go and just chase him around, so that's why I worked him first.
Sure.
I mean, he's probably gonna get wild, but he won't get too wild. So I just want him to, same thing as when I was working on the halter. So you can sort of watch his position,
Mm-hmm.
and you just stay there, you don't have to.
Gotcha.
But I'm not gonna let him see how he wants to get. But like, that's how he should move, just there, good? Now, see how we were going to the left, but he put us on the right?
Mm-hmm.
So this is just stuff to pay attention to. So I don't want to approach him when he's turning his head like that, I'll wait. And then when I go to ask him to move off, I'm just gonna move his front feet. I'll just block him. See, he should go. This is, you know, like, not comfortable.
Right.
Go, there. Go, good. Now, like when you're riding him, when you go to the right, he's much less willing. Like when you go to canter, he takes him a little bit to get into the canter, but you saw on the left side how he did it.
Mm-hmm.
He just flowed right into it. So he's going to do some of that. So see that, I don't think that's physical, I think that's mental.
Okay.
And you know, maybe it just looks to you like he's just playing around, kicking his stirrup. But he wasn't bothered at all on the left. Did you see that?
Yeah.
So there's just a little, but that's a little bit, he spooked a couple of times with me when I've been out in the big arena.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm pretty sure that that's what it is. Is that?
With you on him, he split, or he?
Yeah, he
Yeah.
speaks when I'm on. See how it's hard to get him to go and then he's disconnected behind?
Yeah.
So these are just things that you pay attention to. You're just like, okay. See, it's just harder to get him to go on that side. Let him stop. Think about where he puts us. Yeah, there. It's okay. See, that's a little bit cookie stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like when I reach for him, I don't want him to think, hey, do you have some food?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I'm not going to feed you.
I've never been big treat feeders with him. We always had put it in his feed bins, but
But you have a lot of people handling him.
yeah.
So it's not just you. I'm in a constant battle with that. It'd be one thing if you were doing it with good timing and for the right thing.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're just giving him treats to give him treats.
Yeah. That's.
See how easy he moves to the left though?
Yep.
Like he just flows. It's no big deal. I don't have to put that much pressure on him.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just go. It's just a little bit easier to the left than the right. And I'm going to let him hook on. I'll just back up. Now, do you see what he does with his hindquarters? How he swings them way over?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So a little bit of that is just being defensive because he's trying to get face up with you quickly. So he just plants his front end and.
Yeah.
So what I want him to really do is just to flow down, go slower, and then when he hooks on, just be real soft.
Yep.
It's a little bit too fast for my. I mean, I would like it to be slower.
Yeah.
So when he's doing all that, I'm not even going to approach him because that's just like I was having him on the halter rope out in the parking lot.
Yeah.
You know, like if he's not focused on me, I'm gonna make him move. See how he misses the lead behind?
Mm-hmm.
I just think that's a mental stiffness.
Okay. And you think that
I think it could be a little bit physical now, but I think it started off mental.
Yeah.
You know, that he's just more, come on, look at that. There. Good, beautiful. You know, you see how he stops really fast?
Mm-hmm.
And then let's just go again, because that, I mean, he hasn't probably gonna look like this. Maybe sometime he had, but.
Right.
So there, so that is better. There, see that?
Mm-hmm.
Now, but see how he puts this over on the right side?
Yeah.
Like I'm getting ready to go the other way.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah, so it's just, you know, I mean, if you could just get aware of how the horse is operating, then you start to say, wow, I could get that better, I could get that better.
Yep.
It takes all the trouble out of him.
Yeah, and even just the look in his face was just calmer in that last
Yeah.
that last transition down.
Yeah. See, he's like, what are you doing? I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna let you go. So I'm really watching his eye.
Mm-hmm.
Now I stop, so he should probably just hook back onto me because I'm not moving.
Mm-hmm.
But since he's not, I'm gonna.
Make him go.
Yeah. Still not straight, but I guess he's straight to me, not to you.
That's
but I think
true.
he was hooked onto you, not me there. You know, like, so he was doing that
Right.
because of you, not me.
All right, so hooking on, he still needs to be basically perpendicular.
Yeah, he should come straight to you.
Yeah.
And I don't really want him to come straight all the way to me. I'd rather have him just stop, you know.
Yep.
And also paying attention to whether he takes a big deep breath and licks his lips.
Mm-hmm.
Because that means that he's accepting it more. Good. So let's just see how long it takes him to, there, good.
Good boy.
So one thing I noticed too is, I'll probably get myself in real trouble, but watching people
I can delete it all.
watching people ride, I'm always like, give them a break.
Mm-hmm.
Like when they do the right thing, give them a break. You don't
Yeah.
have to drill them and drill them and drill them. If you're trying to build fitness, take them out for, you know, like
Hill work or
even trying to
something, yeah.
build fitness, you could give them breaks, you know, because it's just like us. We should do some cardio and then we should slow
Yep.
down and then we should go back up again and back down again.
Yeah.
So sometimes with a horse, I think you don't give them time to really to accept, like, oh, that was what did I just do? You know? So where he starts to feel good about what he just accomplished there. Like, okay, she let me rest when I did that. So that just, I mean, immediately they start going, I got it.
Yep.
So that break, that mental break is really good for them.
Yeah.
And so it's, I think it's one place where people don't
Right.
really realize that the horse needs a break.
Yeah. Stop on a good note, sort of, or break on a good note in a sense.
You don't even
Yeah.
have to. You could work them. You could work them a long time as long as you're releasing them.
Mm-hmm.
And you know when you. So even if he laid down there, I wouldn't mind because that means he's really relaxed. He's not going to hurt my saddle.
Yeah.
Let's see what he does if he wants to roll. I wouldn't let him do it if I had a dressage saddle on him, obviously, but. I don't really know what he's doing.
He's always been a big par that we've
Just
been
fine.
trying to.
Let's see what he does. He's like, what is this stuff? It smells weird. That's what I think too. Well, he's even. Look at that. Right? And then left. Or left and then right. He wants to get down to the earth. Okay. I'm pretty particular about that.
Yeah.
I wanted to get this right. I think that's good. So see that kind of,
Mm-hmm.
after that, you started to
That, yeah.
kind of try to drag me away. So I'm going to just go right back to what I was doing on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Get the hind. Yeah, that was your spot you made. It's like, I'm going to spook at it now. And then get the other side. So on that right side, he wants to a little bit kind of right my foot on that side.
Mm-hmm.
So right now, I don't really care where his head is. I just want him to, I want to be able to get to his feet.
Mm-hmm.
What's going on outside? Somebody's crying.
Crying baby outside. So you're feeling it more through his feet and his connection through the feet versus his head with, in terms of his behavior or how connected he is with you?
Yep. So I, like, if he was just a colt and I was just, first time I had the sample bit on him, I don't really care what he does with his head,
Mm-hmm.
as long as I can get to the feet.
Yeah.
So his head will take care of itself if the feet are right.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of there's a lot of riding them from the head back to the feet.
Yep.
I mean, you know what I mean, like making them get round and
Yeah.
just trying to get the frame correct.
Right.
And like here, he's a little fresh feeling today, so I'm going to just not go in a straight line for too long
Yep.
until I feel like, okay, now you're with me. But
He just feels fresher. Is he just more tense, you think, or just a little
it's
more?
not even intense, he's just a little more distracted maybe.
Yeah.
So lots of just looping him around.
Mm-hmm.
And ride with one rein, not both reins at the same time.
So you're riding with the outside,
Well, I
or
was
you're?
saying I'm not going to worry about getting his head down, so I'm just using one rein. So
Okay.
the way I want to go.
Gotcha.
I'm not going to do anything with it. I got my reins shorter, but I'm not pulling on him.
Yeah.
So I can left rein and then right rein. Yeah. And then left. Same thing though, I'm just thinking about like being able to steer him from the back to the front. So I get the right hind to step under there. So then when he does that,
Right.
the head just sort of follows through.
Yeah.
I mean, I have to block the head so I can get to the hind. But eventually, I like to be able to just put my left leg there and have the hind leg step up and under. So I can steer him just with my legs.
Yep.
Right rein to go right, or right leg to go right. Left leg to go left. I might put a few stops with both reins. The other thing is he's used to having a noseband on, so
Mm-hmm.
he's sort of like, oh, wait. And I'm like, yeah, you just take care of your mouth getting quiet
Mm-hmm.
by moving your feet, and then I don't have to tie your mouth shut. You can just, I know that the connection is right when I don't have their mouth tied shut, I can just see what's
Yeah.
going on and feel it. So like, see, I don't like the feel of him right here because he feels just a little bit like he wants to drag me forward.
Okay.
And the way I fix that is by doing lots of this.
Because I would have thought initially, I thought, oh, he's starting to relax into the contact,
Yeah,
but
no, he's actually, like, I like him more like this.
mm-hmm.
But when he starts to push his nose forward, he kind of leans forward. So like he can't be correct if he's leaning forward and I can feel him
Kind of
pushing on my
tipping,
hand. I think
yeah.
He's got more weight on his front feet, right?
Yeah.
So my goal is to have him at least how he is without a rider.
Yep. Get his hind end under him a little bit.
Yeah. So I mean that's stretching is a good thing, but if they stretch forward and lean on you, then they're on their front end. So that's not a good thing. You don't want to finish your work. You've done all this work to get his weight back,
Mm-hmm.
and then you finish by letting him go onto his forehand.
Yeah.
No, that doesn't make sense. So I do back my horses a lot. And I might just work on, like I just release. So now he feels perfect.
Mm-hmm.
And that feeling in his mouth feels perfect. He could flex at the pull more. Now I'll see forward. And see, I don't want him to change in the feel in my hands just because I'm, you see how I don't have to pull? He just feels
Mhm.
my energy.
Yep.
So I stop my body. My hands don't do anything. But he can feel what I'm doing with my body. It's very subtle. Now
Yeah.
I leg a little bit to say, let's go forward. Stop. And he's finding a release in there all by himself. See, his initial response when I go to touch the reins is to do
Mm-hmm.
that.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's
Gotta-
not what that's about.
Yep.
Don't get in the habit of thinking that you get to just drag me forward like this.
Yeah.
See, I'm not blocking him when he's doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's sort of experimenting. Now I could get him round. I
Right.
could just take a hold of him and close my legs on him and he, whoop.
Yeah. But then you're losing that hind end.
Yeah, I sort of want to feel like he understands what that's all about instead of.
Yeah. That makes sense.
And then get flexion at the pole without moving his feet. So see, now I'm just sort of sitting on him with no. I'm not telling him to go anywhere. I've got a little pressure on his mouth, and I just want to see his
Mm-hmm.
pole move. No.
This pole move
He
it.
can do this,
Yeah.
right? So he can do this.
Yep.
But see how messed up it is in his mouth? Like, it's all about his mouth.
Mm-hmm.
It's not about, like, now I'm trying to be more specific. Like, move your pole. You're moving it. I can see you moving it. But now I want you to flex down a little bit. So he's flexing that way.
Yeah.
Extending, I should say.
Gosh, why is that so hard for him?
Oh, because he's been ridden a little bit past that point.
Yeah.
He's been asked to do quite a bit without really having that really clear.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying that it's wrong, like it's just, personally, I like when I reach for him to give. I don't like him to do all this other stuff that he's
Yeah.
doing. So I want him to, when I reach right here, he should just, that was a little change.
Mm-hmm.
So see, I think that he's been ridden a little bit past that point.
Yeah.
So he just goes round. Here you'll see when I can. He's like Mr. Perfect. Well, unless he decides to kill me.
Not today.
See how he just gets really super round?
Yeah. I think that, I know that's his more comfortable gait. At least I'm presuming that's his
Oh, yeah.
comfortable gait.
He's like $1 million right here. Yeah, and the trot. So now see, that's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Now we'll go back to the top. I want way back down, like it feels in the canter.
Yeah.
And then when I stop, like,
Yep.
let go of me. So I think that got started because, like I was just saying, he didn't get a break right there.
Mm-hmm.
So then it was just like, okay, let's do some more.
Yep.
So then he realized at the end of it, he just had to take over and take it away from
Yeah.
whoever had the reins. He's like,
Yep.
I'm stopping right now. I'm taking over, and I'm just going to pull the reins out of your hands. Because at the end of that, he didn't get this release.
Yeah.
I mean, the only thing I know is that the colts that I have started, see how he came with the right front instead of
Yeah.
left front? He should have come with the left. The colts that I've started, I don't have this feeling. So I'm like, well, what creates that feeling? It gets created because you don't release.
Yeah.
I mean, I see it all the time. It's just keep a hold of the reins and don't ever let them go, especially in the hunter-jumper world.
Mm-hmm.
They never let go. It's against the rules to let go.
So without giving that release and those breaks, that can, I mean, I'm presuming that would lead to other behaviors of his of bucking or
Exactly.
throwing. Yeah.
Exactly. Because then he's like, God, let go of me.
Yeah.
You know, because he can only stand so much before. I mean, it takes years to build up the tolerance for him to be able to accept that amount of work.
Yeah.
Years.
Yep.
You know, but I think the whole time he's being ridden, you can be releasing him. So like if I go along and let's say I want to see if he'll flex at the pole while I'm walking. So I'm going to just make it real wide here, and he's got a big target.
Yeah.
Well, see, that's how the gates get messed up too, because see, he's got a lot of tension up there
Mm-hmm.
because he doesn't really know how to isolate his pole. So see, I might ride him like that. I could ride him. I could have a little more contact, but see, I do little baby releases. A little
Yeah.
bit, so that he sees at the end of that, if he flexes at the pole, see, it's starting to get easier.
Yeah. I saw you can actually see it through his back, sort of that
Yeah. There.
rip. Yeah.
But I just don't want to hold him there
Mm-hmm.
at this point, especially because he's been off work and.
Yeah.
Okay, try it. And see, even here, like if he's round, I'm gonna get my hands forward and say, hey, that's it.
Yeah.
You know, I like where you are right there. See, I might pick up a little here, there, good.
Mm-hmm.
And then see, he didn't drag his head back.
Mm-mm. And even back to his tail is a whole different appearance to his hind end, you know, where
Good. Okay, so we'll canter to the right. This is a little, it's not bad, but it's just more awkward. Yeah. Go. Good boy. Although when he spooks usually when I'm going to the left.
yeah. We've noticed that when we lunge him.
Yeah. I feel like on the going cantering to the left, he feels like he fits in this pen perfectly.
Mm-hmm.
But to the right, I feel like,
You need a little.
whoa, I need more room.
Yep.
I'm gonna try not to pull when I go to stop him. I just want my hands to block. Good.
So you're not getting a sense of any pain through his
No.
back or any.
No, he feels good.
Yeah.
So what was the injury? He had,
Well, it was, you know, we had him vet checked and you know, and long story short was he had bucked Susan off a couple times, pretty severe bucks. So to kind of get the bottom of it, we took him to CSU and he had the ultrasound up through to look at the SI joint.
mm-hmm.
And that's where that was a mess.
okay.
And
So what was happening before she got bucked off?
so we think,
Like mentally, I have him. You know, like okay, I feel let's good. Let's go.
Right.
Let's go outside.
Yeah.
I got him.
yeah. Whereas other days you've had him before where
A
we
few
felt,
days I like the last I didn't ride him yesterday, but the day before, he felt pretty good.
mm-hmm.
I still feel like you know, he needs a little more exposure. I didn't know he bucked anybody off. So
Yeah, and like I said, I think both those we could explain, you know, as, I mean, not as an excuse, but there were other,
it's hard too. I mean, and he's really athletic. So if he really, like the couple of things he did in the arena were just kind of a, and, and I was like,
Yep.
and then I just trotted right out of it.
Yeah, I mean,
It was perfect.
yeah, and that's
after
what yeah.
After he did that, he felt amazing.
Yeah, and prior to that, and Susan, he'd say sort of that spook but run, but she could bring him back or forward, and that was never a concern.
So was he cantering and then he bucked her off, or what was he doing?
One was the second time was at the walk, just.
Really?
And the first, I was there. I was not there for either, but the first time I think it was at the second or third gate, trot or canter on it, but super wind, you know.
Really buck, like really buck, or
Yeah.
I mean, like sustain, or did he just do a thing that wasn't ready? I mean, dressage style.
Yeah, I think he kept bucking from what I remember on those, but and then that's when we started trying to find if it was a physical issue that was with it. And when he arrived from, I say, vet checked great in Washington, and when we got to Single Tree, his front feet were splayed out, and as if something maybe had happened on the transport, or so we've gone through all different theories.
See how also that will release this.
Yeah.
That's what it does, is it releases the SI.
Right.
It starts to get looser because, see how he wants to bite me there?
Mm-hmm. Is it because it's hard? I mean, because he's struggling with that, or just because he's like, what are you making me do?
This kind of pisses me off.
Yeah.
I don't really like that. So, and he's a little bit, just a little steady acting.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's a little bit steady where he's just, I'm just gonna bite you. So, anyway, so I want to get the hind. I want to have this where I could bend him around.
Mm-hmm.
And by working on that, I'll get things better.
Yeah.
And then I want to also be able to reach the front. So I haven't really worked on this, so. Nope. See, he wants to tip forward there.
Mm-hmm.
So I want his right front step to the right, like that.
Yeah.
That's that step I was telling you about.
Yeah. So yeah.
But that was beautiful, because I actually saw his foot.
Mm-hmm.
So, and the thing about that is it releases, it's sort of like doing body work on his back.
Yep.
So I'm releasing the SI joint, and now I'm going to release his shoulders and his chest.
Yep.
And I'm also not only releasing this by going laterally, but I'm making him rock back.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to put most of his weight on his right hind leg, and that'll make the left front reach.
Yeah.
Like that. Very good. So
That makes sense.
when you do that, it's amazing what it does for the inside of the horse.
Mm-hmm.
So like I want to feel that the inside of him is peaceful. Like I don't want it to be that he feels like he's just a little bit, it seems like it's a playful thing, but he, I don't like that because it's not, he can play all he wants out there.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay, so I'm going to back and I'm going to reach his front to the right and change on the wall like that.
Yeah.
That's a really good exercise, especially if you can canter right out of that.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to stop. See, he was really pushing on me there. And then I'm going to reach the left front. Sounds good that way. Shot. So, I mean, my background is, I've ridden a lot of different kinds of horses.
Yeah.
But I like to take what I learned from riding cutting horses and, other, whatever event,
Mm-hmm.
and put it into riding a horse like this.
Yeah.
And I like to take what I learned from this horse and put it into the ranch horses, like, God, if I could get them to feel that good cantering like he feels, I want that same feeling. I don't want to ride,
Yeah.
just because I'm riding a quarter horse doesn't mean I'm going to ride it like all strung out. I'm going to put it together like I like how he's going to be.
Sure.
Good. So see, he reaches the right front really good. Which is interesting, because that seemed like it was the harder side. See, as soon as he starts to yield there, I give on the rein. I get lots of right front going over the left, but not too much left reaching.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the other thing, too, is one thing you do sometimes when you get out in that big arena is you just ride. You just go round and round and around.
Yeah.
And you're not like, see, I'd break it up. So I do little short pieces of it. So he never gets quite ahead of me.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you let him get going too much,
Yeah.
or you drop the reins and just think, okay, we're done, and then he bucks you off.
Yeah.
He's not going to get too much time where I'm not
Yeah.
interacting with him.
Oh, sure. Keeping his mind busy, his body busy. Yeah.
And not just forward trotting circles, but lots of stopping, backing, going back to the hind quarters, front quarters, you know, get him to where he's really on the team.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll take him out here. And I'm also a big fan of opening gates for their back. Because I don't like to get off. Now see, he's in a big hurry right here.
Yeah. I did pull that other door closed for the open. Yeah, gotcha.
See, this is good for him because
Yeah.
my pressure changes when I'm working on that. And he's all full of himself now. You gotta help me.
I can see how important it is that you're keeping his mind and body
Yeah.
busy with so many different turns and.
So like when I reach here, so he always a little bit wants to first take his head, so I'm wanting him to just feel when I slide down that rein, he follows me.
Yeah.
And I should be able to take him back and forth from left to right
Mm-hmm.
without a hitch in there. Without him thinking. So like if you really watch his ears, a lot of times he'll have his radar on to the outside.
Yeah.
When you turn him to the right, he'll have his left ear pop back. Yeah, I'll release when he puts that outside ear forward. Because then that tells me his mind is starting to come around the turn.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm really paying attention, I can release for the ear.
Yeah.
See, now he's feeling like he's blowing a little more. There. See, now he's ready.
Yep. So much softer looking in his body.
I'm using just a little bit of leg at the same time. Left leg, left rein. Right leg, right rein. Good. See, I give him a lot of time to, not just taking a hold of the reins and dragging it back.
Yep.
Like even here, when I go to stop, I'll take a lot of time to let him feel my hand. My hand's not moving backwards. I just now I'm going to shorten up. Shoulders back, good. Now use your leg and shot. Don't chase your feet so much like that. See, it's all watered up there.
Mm-hmm.
Good boy. There's a lot for him to be keeping track of here.
Yep.
And so he's just distracted and, after a little time he'll start going, okay.
Yeah.
I'm okay. But, he just hasn't, and, she's been long lining him in here, so he doesn't have really a chance to really look around.
Right. Makes sense.
But you see how he does like to look around. So, to me, I'm not going to force his head down and keep him from doing that because, whether I haven't taken him down this way, so whether I hold his head or not, he's worried.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I better not hold his head.
Sure.
I better let him take him out. Flex that inside rein, more energy. So it's a little different on this way. You feel it? I mean, he's funny. He wants to check out everything.
Mm-hmm. In the past, when he has bolted, he never spooked and bolted. It would be head down, leading him along, and then just 0 to 6, yeah, without any indication that we could see.
Oh, but they're so.
I mean, at least
They're so connected.
Yeah.
To the world.
Yeah.
So like we were riding the other day, and I was behind, and the other person was sort of up maybe 25 yards off to my left, and so my horse did a little like that, and not even a second or a heartbeat, that horse did the same thing.
Really?
So that horse was reacting to my horse.
Interesting.
I mean, fast.
Yeah.
Like a lightning bolt.
Yeah. So something in the distance could, or another horse.
They are so, that's how they survive.
Yeah.
You know, think about antelope. You know, antelope are, they see you from so far away.
Yeah.
And so, you know, their eyes are really, so it's really important, like that little serpentine that I was doing.
Mm-hmm.
Part of the thing that I'm doing is getting him to change eyes. So if he has a little bit of a spook in him, it's because he's not good at changing eyes. So he's good in his own life, but with a human on his back, see, I want him to be keeping track of me all the time.
Yep.
Look to the right, and now look to the left.
Yeah.
And I'm watching his ears too. See, he's still looking to the right.
Yeah.
Now I'll just wait here until he looks left. Hi.
Hi. I'm going in the
That's okay. You're not in. So see, I'll just watch his eyeball even. Yeah. So he kind of tipped his eye back. So I mean,
Yeah. Just those little
if you were paying attention to what's going on, you would never say, out of the clear blue, he did that.
Yeah.
Like you would know, oh yeah, right before he spooked the other day, pretty sure there was something happening right here.
Yeah.
I mean, I wasn't, like, I couldn't have said, oh, I heard that, but I know something happened because I could, you know,
Yeah.
in the back of my head, I knew there was something,
Right.
a sound or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
And we're hoping also, I think he's a little more immature compared for his age.
He
Just
acts like a baby.
yeah.
But, you know, I mean, the way to do, well, you know, not be too serious about making him into a dressage horse until you have all that mental, you know, yes, dressage in itself should be, this is dressage, what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Like it definitely is, you know, I'm taking into consideration his emotional, physical, mental,
Yeah.
I want all that to be even.
Yep.
And so all of the things that I'm feeling in him are, you know, one part of it gets out of balance. So then you have to say, okay, well, I got to work on that mental part.
Yeah.
Mentally mostly is the problem here.
Yeah.
Because he's a little bit, like I'm more, I mean, I'm not you know, I'm firm with him, but because I don't like all that messing around. It's just like if you had your dog on the leash and it was just jerking you around,
Yeah.
pulling you in.
Why put
I
up
want to
with
go over here, I want to go over there. No, get right here, stay right here.
Yep.
So that's how I want him to be. See how that's all in his pole, and that's his pole and his jaw. He's like,
He'll do that on the cross ties after he's been worked too.
see, I hate cross ties.
Yeah.
Because I don't want him to feel any pressure while he's doing that, and the cross ties are pressure. It's
Yeah.
like reins. So like here, you know, notice I'm out of his way.
Yep. Huh.
He sticks his head out like that. That's why like even if I brought him in here to saddle him, which I have been doing, I just hold him.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I don't really care if he looks perfect right now.
Yeah.
I want to keep him mentally with me. As soon as I catch him, he's with me the whole time.
Yeah.
I'm never going to walk away from him right now. And
Yep.
at some point, I might tie him up straight to the wall
Mm-hmm.
and let him hang out like that. But I just don't like cross ties because they're pushing ahead all the time.
Yeah.
Thinking they get lots of treats there.
Yeah.
So
Interesting.
it does, to me, it creates a, see, that's just releasing tension.
Mm-hmm.
This is where he's most scared right here, though, so I'm just standing here. What's out there?
Just a moment ago, his eyes were really soft until
and then
something caught his attention. Yeah.
See the grass is blowing a little bit.
Yeah.
There's
I mean, it's a good thing he likes to look. At least if he's, I'm presuming that's a good. I mean.
I'd rather have him be aware and looking around so he's keeping track.
Yeah.
I'm riding a horse for the lady up the road, and he's Andalusian, and he hasn't been ridden outside. Well, he's been ridden outside, but always in the arena.
Mhm.
So I ride him all over the place. But at first, I mean, he would go. We'd be going along, and he would just do, "Whoa!" and he'd be gone.
Yeah.
Like,
What in the
wow,
world?
you are so hard to stay with, but he really would whip around.
Yeah.
Now he goes like that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's taken a couple years, but now he just like that.
Yeah.
So I like it because I can tell what
Right.
he's seeing, you know, and like I'm really aware now of being with him because I like, okay, he's gonna look at that.
Yep.
So then I just say, hey, let's, you know, he's hard to read because he's so fast.
Yeah. Can you tell me when you got off of him, his head was up and you put your hand up by his,
I just grab here.
oh, just to bring his head back,
Yep.
just
So
to,
like I want him to think when I get off, okay. Like I'd rather have him right there.
yep. Like the world's
He
okay.
wants to be, I just don't feel like it hasn't been defined enough for him. It's been defined on one account, but then on this other thing, it hasn't really been defined.
Yeah.
And so he's a little bit, he's not rude though. I mean, like, I can't believe how rude they can be. Or, you know, it's just the way people handle him. So,
Yeah.
you know, he's not really rude. He's just a little lost.
He's a big black Labrador retriever
Yeah,
that,
exactly. Yeah.
that's some cool stuff you passed along.
Yeah.
Very informative.
Well,
Very
I hope
interesting.
Yeah, I'm happy to help with him and,
Yeah, definitely.
you know, get Maureen riding him and then
Mm-hmm.
Susan. I'm happy when Susan wants to, if she
Sure. Oh yeah,
wants to
she'd
meet with
be.
me and do some
Yeah,
groundwork with
I'm
him.
sure she would. Yeah.
You know, and I think she would be fine riding him in there because she can keep it. Has she ridden him since?
Not since he was diagnosed
And
with.
then was that she got bucked off and then didn't ride him again?
The second time, no, she hasn't ridden.
Ridden him since she got bucked off.
Yeah.
See, that's a little bit of a
Mental. Yeah. The first time she got, they got back on him,
Yeah.
but her trainer got on him after she bucked her off the second time. So they're.
Was that Karen? Or? Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
Well, I mean, sometimes it'll kind of haunt you a little bit. But if we can just make sure that each step she's confident.
Yeah. Yeah.
And like if she has a better feeling of what she's got mentally before she gets on, because I don't really think she had maybe the real.
Yeah, I don't think so
idea
either.
of
Yeah.
what he was really doing.
Yeah. Well, she definitely knows how to persevere. I mean, she had a horse in the past that put her in the hospital, and she still rides
Yeah.
today. But I mean, yeah, I know there's still that mental
Yeah.
getting back
Just gotta
on.
Get it out of your head.
Yeah.
I'm not as good as I used to be because I'm like, oh God, I don't want to get hurt.
Yeah.
And so when you have that feeling, then you sort of hold back. You're not kind of free thinking anymore. It's
Yeah.
hard to keep it going. Like at this point in my life, I'm like, God, it's hard to heal. And then it's hard to do. I mean, I haven't really ever been really hurt,
Yeah.
bucked off, and hurt my shoulder and hurt my back, but like healed up from it pretty easily. But
Yeah.
it's just not that much fun.
Yeah.
Who's that? So like then see how he has to look up to focus.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why when I'm riding him, I don't want to put his head down too much because if he has to look up to focus like that, then I say, no, don't look over there.
Yep.
Like right now, I want him to sort of say, oh, here comes that horse, and it's okay.
Yep. As long as you feel grounded in his feet
Yeah,
and
as long
his.
as he doesn't think about running me over,
Yeah.
moving. Hi. Oh, let me go grab that poop out of there.
Oh, I can go grab it for you.